Tesla Model 3.
So you're now sitting in the back seat of the Tesla Model 3. This is pretty much where you hang out whenever we're driving.
Yes.
Do you wish you could sit up in the front?
Yes.
But why can't you sit in the front?
Because I'm not old enough and I'm not tall enough.
Yeah, so that your mom knows all the rules and all the laws and regulations. So until your mom gives me the thumbs up, you're sitting in the back seat, unfortunately. Let's talk about some of the cool things that are back here. So one of the things that you like is over here, right? Right down here? So what are those? What is that down there?
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
You get air conditioning and heating with charging ports for if you want to plug in your phone and you want to charge it, or if you're gaming. And also right here, if you're like coming back from like a trampoline place, or like if you're
if it's really hot, right?
Yeah, or if you're done with like a hiking trip, you can turn that on.
I mean, because you do that a lot. We'll get back from parkour class, and you'll say, crank up that AC. I'm like, I'm cold, but you're hot. So I got to turn on the AC and figure out how to keep the air from getting on me. But then you put your face down here, and you just kind of get that cold air going, right?
Yeah.
So, but you don't really use these USB ports because you're always back here reading books and stuff, right?
Yeah, usually, because whenever I come back from school, I get like a book out, or sometimes...
No, you don't. You don't get books out. You're always playing games.
Yeah.
You're always using the USB port. Nice try. All right, so then of course, what about back here? What is this?
This is the cup holder. You can you get 2 cups of a size. So usually, sometimes my brother Lucas, he sits next to me, and usually we go to Jamba Juice or something like Roots. You probably don't know about Roots, but Jamba Juice.
It's a really great juice bar.
Yeah.
Yes.
And imagine me and Lucas usually go to Jamba Juice, and we come back. We just get one drink. I put mine on one side. He puts one on the other. And that's really it.
So would you say, because you've been on a couple of trips here? Why don't you, we got the back line. Why don't you sit back? There we go. When you've been on a couple of trips with Lucas, he sits back here with you. I mean, do you feel pretty comfortable? Do you have enough space back here?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're 10 years old. You can kind of see how tall he is, right? Kind of see right there. And, Lucas, not that much taller than you.
He looks like he's 13, yeah.
Well, I mean, he just turned 17. But he's not one of the taller 17-year-olds, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, sitting in the center, have you ever sit in the center of the car?
I have a couple times.
Why don't you sit in the center here and talk about comfort? Now, I'm going to go around, tell you what, why don't you sit there, I'll be right back. Okay, so you're sitting in the center right now. Is that as comfortable, you think, as the regular seats?
No, just because you both got 2 seat belts right here, so sometimes you're on the side a bit and it's very uncomfortable, and sometimes you don't get as much space.
Okay, so, but there have been times sometimes you're there by yourself back there and you'll sit in the center. Is that just because you want a better perspective looking out the window?
Yeah, a little bit.
So go back in that seat back there, the regular seat. So that's just more comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Is it softer?
It's not softer, it's just more relaxing than this, because that, you're kind of at an angle like that, but this one, it's like that, but it's more easier to lay down. Because the seat it's not, this one's a bit straight, but these ones are a bit like that, so you can kind of lean backwards if you want to relax.
Have you ever been back in that seat with 2 other people?
I think so.
I'm not sure if there were many trips you did that. Now, put on a seatbelt, see what happens. Is it hard to put on a seatbelt?
No.
All right, piece of cake.
Yeah.
That's awesome, because whenever it's easy to put a seatbelt on, that way. Now, we don't do child seats. You're old for that, so we can't really give any perspective on child seats. Now, let's go over here. I'm going to do this. I want you to show me some of the side storage here. So we've got on the door here. What do we have in here?
Right now I just got 2 Yayas and a Cheez-It.
Oh, look at that. So
yeah.
This is where we store stuff, but really honestly, parents, what that is a trash receptacle. Because where do you usually put all your chip bags when you're done with them? Yeah, right in there, and that is just a perfect little spot for your bags. Look, we got over here on this side. You've got your gum, which you thank goodness it doesn't leak out and melt. And then oh look, we've got a gum wrapper here. I mean, how often do I have to ask you to take stuff out of the seat or the side door?
How many times do you ask me?
A lot,
Yeah.
And sometimes I just do it for you because you don't think about it. What are some other now? Honestly, when we sit back here, there's not a lot in this. You know, you've got this, right? We talked about this being here, but a lot of cars have that, right?
Yeah, but like
so, and a lot of cars even have these little sleeves right here where you can put your books, wink, wink, that you read all the time back here. And then, of course, we've got your trash receptacle here. That's really what it is. If you have kids and they sit back here, that's all that is. That's a trash receptacle. But what would you say is one of the most unique things about this back seat that any other car wouldn't have?
like any like what
Like any other car. I mean, some cars might even have this cool feature, right, where it has a sunroof. So that would be another car. What would be something that you've never seen in another car before?
That's a hard one. Like, all I know is that I've only seen this once in my whole life in a car, where they have like a hole like this. Like, I know someone, they had a car, but like, it looked like a cup holder, but it would just go straight down like that.
So what about opening the door?
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Like that?
I mean, have you ever seen another car like that before? That opens the door by pushing a button like that?
I've only known Teslas doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So, you know, you've been on this planet for about 10 years now, and we've been through a few cars since you've been born. We had, which car? Let's go back to some of the cars. Do you remember, what was the last car that we had?
A Leaf.
The Nissan Leaf.
Yep.
And would you say that this is more comfortable than a Nissan Leaf?
Yeah, but like when it's hot outside, some of the other ones kind of like cloth.
Oh, you like the cloth seats?
Yeah, because usually whenever it's hot outside, and it like goes on the seat, it's super hot, and you gotta like put like a
So yes,
towel on it.
we live in a hot climate here, but one of the things that you can't forget about the Tesla is that it has a feature, and I can put it in the settings, and we'll even do that, and we'll show people how to do that. But it has settings to where when we leave the car, it will just stay cool in here. So you don't have to worry about sitting, right?
Yeah, I like that. That one's really cool.
And it'll do that in the winter too. You'll get in there, it's nice and toasty, where the car is nice and warm. And another thing too is you've got heated seats when it's cold, right? So that's always, although the Leaf had that too, didn't it? It did.
The seat heaters?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
seats.
all you had to do on the Leaf was just push a button like right here.
I know that's the kind of a bummer about the Model 3 is that you don't have control of it. You've got to ask me to do it because I have to control it from that center screen. So I guess that would be one advantage the Leaf has over the Model 3. So I guess you'd probably want the Leaf instead of the 3, right? Because of that? No.
All I have to do is just ask you for it. And that's really it. But
so that's really the only disadvantage that we're talking about here.
yeah.
So kind of wrapping things up, what's your favorite thing about this car? I mean, not just the back seat in general, but this car in general. When you think of the Tesla Model 3, what's the coolest thing that you like about it?
It's a hard one. I think sometimes I like how we have a bigger center console than normal ones, because I think it's not, right here.
Here, let me go back in front of here.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we got all of our stuff in here.
Because it's like right here we get a ton of storage, because once you pop this up, look how much storage you got right there.
Yeah, lots of deep storage.
Yeah.
Napkins for when you make messes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you also have a frunk and a trunk.
Yeah. Well, then the center console keeps going, right?
Yeah, it's like right here, too.
You got that deep down in there where we just keep a bunch of junk. That's my adult junk in there. Yeah. And then, of course, the cup holders.
Yep. So
Awesome. So you like that center console? It's a nice one, isn't it?
yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and then also,
Oh yeah, where we can charge our phones.
yep, you get 2 chargers.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for giving people your perspective on the back seat, because a lot of people have kids your age, and their kids may be wondering what it's like in the back seat. So, by you kind of conducting this little interview with me,
Yeah.
these kids can watch the videos with their parents and help them decide if they want to buy a Tesla Model 3. So, what would you say to anyone who's maybe thinking about buying a Tesla Model 3 and is thinking, I don't know if I should, I'm thinking about buying a normal car? What would you say to them to say you should just get a Model 3?
That one's a hard question.
So you're thinking maybe you don't want to be a car salesman when you grow up? So you probably don't want to be a car salesman?
I would never want to be one. No, not ever. Whenever your kid is like sweating, tired, stuff, when you got a small car like this, usually doesn't have air conditioning.
That is true. Usually smart cars like this don't have that, but
Yeah.
that's becoming a little bit more common these days. But yeah, that's cool. And it's just a cool car, right? I mean, how many of your friends have Teslas?
One.
One. What kind?
Wait,
do they
actually
have?
2.
What kind do they have?
I know one has an X, and one actually has the exact same car as this
Yes.
one.
In fact, he was one of the reasons why I got the Model 3.
Yep.
But he's got the exact same configuration, the white with the same
The white
wheels.
interior, the
That's
sport
right.
wheels, the white outerior.
Yeah. All right, good. So thanks again so much for watching, everybody, and we'll kind of do a quick wrap-up of this. All right, everybody, so that wraps up this video. This is my son, Aiden. He's 10 years old, and we did that quick interview, and just wanted to kind of help the other kids his age, and kids in general, to kind of give them a perspective of what it's like to be in the back seat on a daily basis. Because again, some people have said, oh, he's old enough to sit in the front seat. I think he probably thinks he is too. But again, his mom keeps up with all of the laws and all of the rules and regulations, and until she gives me the thumbs up, he's got to stay in the back seat. So that's just for safety purposes as well. In fact, right now as we sit in here, is it showing that the airbag is off? I don't show it that it's off. Maybe you need to activate, put it in drive. Oh yeah, it says air passenger bag off. So I mean, it is off, but again, you just want to keep things safe, because sometimes technology can fail us. So thanks you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and this is just a great video to watch with the kids to help give them perspective on the back seat. And if you like this video, what do you think? Thumbs up?
Yeah, thumbs up.
Gotta give it a thumbs up.
If not, subscribe.
You gotta subscribe. Gotta get the what do the kids call it now?
Subs.
You gotta get the subs. Yeah, it's gotta get the subs. And of course, another thing is the referral codes. We were talking about the referral codes.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. So which referral code should they use if they're gonna buy a Model 3?
Yours.
Oh, mine, yeah. And you know what, too? And I just found out it's not just for buying. You can also, because now they've got the lease program for the Model 3. So if you are planning on leasing a Model 3, you can use my referral code as well, and you will get 1,000 miles of free supercharging. So how cool is that? Who doesn't like free energy? Do you like free energy?
Yeah.
Free energy is a good thing. In fact, we're at your school parking lot. It's spring break right now. Why am I bringing them to school in this spring? But your school has solar panels. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're all back there. Maybe we'll get some shots of the solar panels. But so yeah, thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and hopefully you like this video. So until my next video, should we stay positively charged?
Yep.
Yeah. So why don't you give the tagline?
Stay positively charged.